Hello, welcome to AHareOverAHill. I'm Hare, and today we'll be talking about an actual fun little commander deck that I built back in 2019. I occasionally break out if I just want to beat people over the head with things. That is Multani, Yavimaya avatar, and at the time I was just going through some of the cards that I had, and it's like, okay. And it's like, you know what? And I think I was either going through Skyfall or EDH. It's like, I have all these green little things. It's like, wait, that's like see about things. And it's like, so it's like, oh, cool, Multani, and I have all these green things, and it's another deck that I could just have a monocolored deck in which I have three monocolors, like representing three of the colors. Really missing red and black, though I want to eventually build them. But yeah, the whole idea was just let's store all these things together. Then I spent like $25 to build the vest. Uh, Note with the tapped out deck list down below. This is more than $25, but at the time I just spent 25 just to get like a few random cards here and there to just feel it out. And I could do a whole lot more to improve this deck, and I fully know that. But the idea of this deck is just haha beep beep smash you in the face with big creatures. So yeah, Multani, that's the center piece of the deck. Voltron, somewhat reach, trample. So it's the win. It's one of the surprise I have reach cards. So yeah, that's the big thing. It gets +1/+1 for each land under my control and in my graveyard, and for 1 in a green and returning 2 lands I control from my field to back to my hand, so I can like, oh yeah, tap these 2 forests, return them straight to my hand, return it from my graveyard to hand. So a vast amount of the time, I almost never care about command attacks. Or the command attacks is literally those 2 cards. Most of the rest of the deck is either ramp or just playing fun. Granted, some of this is actually like, oh, look at the amount of fun that I'm having with the amount of lands I have. In which the land base is actually quite simple. 40 forests. That's the entire land base. Could I do more with the land base? Yes. Do I want to do more with the land base? I'm good. Yeah, this is just supposed to be a Timmy, haha, me smash. Look at big number. Yeah. Then I have things like a Colonial Twin Grove, which upon entering the battlefield creates another Twin Grove, and power and toughness is equal to the number of forests. I control Rampaging Bavontaton gets +1/+1 and +1/+1 on attack for each land that I control and trample. Ovenwald Hydra Reach and power and toughness is equal to the number of lands I control and grab me a land, so Ram. Beanstalk Giant, when this came out, it's like, I gotta pick it up. Power and toughness is equal to the number of lands, and it basically has pseudo-cultivate stapled onto it through an eventual. Owen Reef Hydra, oh look, I get at then for put a counter on it upon triggering. But it's also, if it's forest, which is every land, it's 2 counters. So in this deck, it's whenever I play a land with Hydra on the field, it gets 2 counters. And a funny little something that I have in this deck is actually a Hydra theme. Colonial Hydra, it is has trample. The Korean, my local LGS only has had the Korean version. It comes in with 4 +1/+1 counters when it I think on damage, I don't remember off the top of my head, I double all the counters on +1/+1 counters on the field. And I'm forgetting the last line of text, but it's just like a haha, and everything is getting bigger and bigger. Heals Bane, it enters with +4 with 4 +1/+1 counters, and for 2 green, I double the amount of I get to put X counters on it. Yeah, X is equal to its power. So basically, for 4 mana, I get to double its power, which I do have some amount of like power manipulations, and there have been times that's like I'm open. I need like some way to spend all this mana. Oh look, there's you. And then Hydra Omnivore. Pretty much whenever it deals damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent, and it has no other keywords. I almost want to put in that Hydra, that Hydra law that came out a few years, but it's like I'm also at the point it's like I really don't care if I add anything else to this deck. Like I want to put in Sork and Gorklaw into this deck. It gives out. It has trample. It gives out trample, and it has all creatures entering the battlefield get a +1/+1 counter, which isn't bad. And you'll see why I want to put in, because the rest of my deck features are actually like utility creatures. Speaking of, why I want to put Sork and Gorklaw in here is I have both Nylea's Forerunners and Aggressive Behemoth, which pretty much lords out the keyboard tramp. Weirdly enough, a lot of my creatures don't have trample. And so, like, just being able to trample over is actually somewhat important. The rest of this is either utility or just big fancy creature. Wayward Sawtooth get me an extra land per turn. It can attack if I don't, or block if I don't have City's Blessing, but that can easily be done. Sakura Highbounder, Ramp, Loyal Guardian, put out at all counters. I did have the Druid that had Landfall, and give yourself a counter. Give yourself a counter on each of your creatures. On Pond, it was on land for Proliferate. I took that out because I wasn't half the time I was seeing it, I was not benefiting from it. In that it's either I ran out of lands, or I just did not have enough counters to really make it work. To finish off the creatures, Sork the Hunt Corner to really to help give out haste, because formidable, if I have at least 8 power on the field, I can give something haste, which, funny enough, has happened quite a bit, and I've either almost won games or won games because of that. Bane of Progress, really useful, and I think a week or two ago at my local LGS, I just someone's like, oh, it would be funny if you just drew Bane of Progress. I said, oh, that would be funny. Oh, I cast Bane of Progress, destroy everything. It's like, that was a real blowout kind of situation. The last two is just giant beat sticks. Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger, I had it in my collection. It's like, I don't think I'm ever going to play it otherwise, so Multani is allied with Ulamog in this deck of just being able to oh yeah, I remove those two things and I attack you meal 20. And then Carnage Tyrant, Big Dumb Idiot. Yeah, most of the creatures are either big dumb idiots or let's try and make them slightly better, basically. Most of this deck is keeping to that vein, like Class of Majesty. Because I play Big Dumb Idiots, why not draw some cards because of the Big Dumb Idiots? This is the newest addition to the deck, and it's like, oh, it's cheap, and why am I not playing it? It actually does I took out the populating the landfall proliferator because this actually changes the math up in my head a little bit better in my mind than Multani, because it basically says, oh look, like upon entering, Multani is just a 6/6 if I can get it on turn. With it meaning it's gonna be a 4-turn clock at minimum. If I hit, saying I don't hit any more lands, and I get to swing for 4 damage. Hopefully that's not always the case, but it turns Multani from a 4-turn clock into a 2-turn clock at minimum. It redoes the math a lot on Multani, which I'm very happy on. I haven't really played it since I included it, but it's the change in the math that I'm happy with. To finish up on the enchantments, most of this is when you're a lands deck, it makes some sense. Some of this is just, oh yeah, why aren't you not including it? Rainfall +3/+0, get it +2/0, or trample and get it back when it dies. Branchwood armor. Oh look, I get +1/+1 for each forest I control. Oh look, 44 forests. Aestheticism, give out hexproof to all my creatures, and for 1 green regenerate. So it's, oh yeah, instead of spending 2 mana to return this to my hand, it's spend 2 mana to keep it on the battlefield tapped. Beechwood, landfall, gain me life or put some more counters on stuff. Burgeoning, allows to. There's been times that I've just had, I have a handful of lands. Oh look, thank you everyone for playing lands, now I get to play extra lands. And Rites of Flourishing, I empty out my hand a lot, so the extra draw is nice, the extra land is nice. Yeah, I'm benefiting my opponents, but sometimes just having the extra utility on my part is actually nice. Most of the artifacts is quite literally just make stuff bigger. Blackwood Reforged, it's the Blanchwood armor, but it's but in an equipment form. Nexodon Warhammer, giving out the needed trample again, giving also lifelink, and oh yeah, +3/+8. It's again walking into some of that math again, allowing Multani to get in enough commander damage, but also allowing me to get a lot of my other cards just to allowing me to oh yeah, be stronger, get trample, whatnot. Then for most of the other sideboards, Grappling Hook gives double strike, which is important. And if I really need to, I can basically go Scorpion, get over here, and drag something in front of my attacking creature to make it block. I have a number of fight spells. This active has a. If I want to get rid of a sorting creature, I can just oh yeah, I'm attacking you, and I'm making this creature block, and because I have double strike, I can almost guarantee kill almost anything that I'm equipped Grappling Hook with. In terms of getting rid of stuff, Argentamara. Plus, it helps with the math again with +6/+6 on attack, which I want to do. I destroy a permanent, which is great. When I first brought this to my note, because somebody recommended it, and I'm glad I just had a promo version of it, and it's just a stupid addition to this deck, but stupid in a good way. Dragon Throne of Tarkir. What does it do? It's an equipment, costs 4, equips for 3. The equipped creature gets Defender. So, it better have a good effect. It also, the equipped creature gains for 2 and tapping it. Other creatures you control gain trample and +X with X is the where X is this creature's power. Okay, with Multani, oh look, I have Raised by Giants and 12 or something. Yeah. Oh look, Multani is a 22/22. Give all my creatures +22/22 and trample. That's +22/2. And because most of my bigger creatures that I want to attack with are at least for 5 power, or if not more than that, this can turn quite lethal with a full ball of creatures on my field. Sword of the Animist, +1/+1, and oh look, I'm getting out of creature. Yeah, I could include the that new living weapon that is basically a Sword of the Animist, but again, it's not like I'm wanting to put money into this. Oh, if I eventually get it, I get it. If I don't, not the biggest deal. Then Whispers of Cloak. Oh look, my giant Multani is now unblockable and has Shroud? Yeah, why am I not, I have this sitting around. Why am I not including this? And most of these other things, I threw in Soaring and an M1 medallion just because I wanted to. Do I need them? No. But it's sometimes funny just to get them out there and just, oh yeah, it changes my map a little bit. Give me already an extra land. If no one has an, everyone may play an extra land. If you have no land, and during your upkeep, if you have no cards in your hand during your upkeep, draw 3 cards. Again, half the time, I'm just I play out my entire hand. Or it just allows me to say, oh yeah, when your hand's empty, you're basically drawing 4 cards, which is always nice. And Arcane Cyclopedia, it's draw me. That's the biggest push. I don't have a whole lot of ways of drawing extra cards, so it's just that I wanted to include some extra draws. Do I have the best? Like the Bane of Progress, I do play some amount of artifact removals, Return to Nature, and Naturalized. I could include more, but I think I just took them out just because I needed to make more space and say, I have Bane of Progress. Then all the random fun that I think so much of this deck is actually dedicated to ramps. Not even Tune with Nature, man to man. Nessa's Pilgrimage, 2 force to hand. I have Spell Mastery, and these 2 instances of sorceries and failure. It's 3 forces to hand. Seek the Horizon, get out 3 basic lands from the deck to the hand. 5 play a number of play an extra land instead. Rapid Growth, grab a basic land and draw onto the field. Ranger's Path, grab 2 force cards and draw onto the field. If you play, I also play Skyshare, which is the same exact thing. So if you want to make, you can't do, it's one of these things that was released in M.E. The Ranger Path and Skyshare playing is basically the same exact card, except that Ranger's Path put them in tapped, claim doesn't put them in tapped, but it's for me it's just extra RAM. Cultivate Kadama's reach, grab more forests, put them on the and we have Nissa's renewal, 3 basic lands onto the battlefield, tap, gains life, explosive vegetation, 2 basic lands onto the tap. This is again basically Sky Trail, Canadian and Rangers Path, just basic lands, not playing it, explore, explore, play an additional land, draw a card, and one of the funniest cards in my deck, Traverse the Outlands. Again, I just randomly had this card, and again, once Multani or some of my features are just outright big enough, oh look, I'm grabbing the rest of my lands and putting them on the battlefield. There was once that I like literally, oh, you're giving out rebound to all instances, cast Traverse the Outlands, get 12 lands, next turn, rebound, recast Traverse the Outlands, gain 20. It was absolutely ridiculous. And most of my land base, most of the deck is nothing spectacular. I have some fight spares in the form of Rabbit Bite, Epic Computation, Lay Upon for extra creature removal. I have Harmonize, which draw army 3 cards, either count or draw Swords Majesty, which allows me to draw equal to the number of draw cards equal to the power of cards 2 cards as well, so I mentioned cards. Then I play Beat Main, which puts target complement area on top of the deck, Serene Embolence, which allows me to shuffle it and 3 cards on a single graveyard deck into library, 5, just to get like a green card, and Nissa, Voice of Sergeants. At my Wilds of Eldraine deck, I got a Blossoming Tortoise. I might put that in here. I have no idea. I might legitimately do it, but I could go either way. As always, folks, if you like what you see, leave a comment. What is just one of your decks that's just like, haha, me plays funny big stuff kinds of decks? And leave your thoughts down in the comment section. As always, people, see you around.